Morning, Dave Weiss here for the Glue Bomb Show. Today I thought I would show you a little bit about masking. I am building this 69AMX kit here for a contest. Now I don't know if you can see it real clearly. I'll try to show it to you from one of the other sides. But let's see. Oh, right here. You can see how the red paint goes up. Goes along this little contour over here, and then it goes up both of the windshield posts. And so it requires quite a bit of masking. So let me show you what I did. I masked over all that stuff. And as I'm looking at the box, I realize I did the blue wrong, but that's a different story for a different day. I already did the blue, but now I'm ready to mask off that red area. So basically what I did is, you can see I covered all along the contours as close as I possibly could, which means there are multiple pieces of tape all around these little curves because, of course, masking tape doesn't curve quite that well for the most part. So I taped off everything very, very thoroughly, and I'm going to make sure that I burnish around the whole area before we shoot. You just rub real hard, just make that stick. I even did some up underneath to try and protect some of the underside, even though I'm going to paint that, but the less bleed we have, the better in this case, I believe. So, this is what we've got. Now, before I paint this red, I'm going to do myself a favor. The whole underside, the whole body is painted with a nice coat of white. But now what I'm going to do before I paint the red is I'm going to spray just a thin coat of white over this whole area. And the reason for that is simple. I don't trust that the tape has covered completely, right? There's always going to be a little place where the paint will run under the tape. So if I shoot it with white before I shoot it with red, the white will be what bleeds under, and hopefully it will seal up the tape enough that the red will just cover right over it really nicely. It's a trick I learned a long time ago. It seems to work most of the time. Of course, not flawlessly, and now that I'm making a video, it won't. But we're going to give it a shot. So I'm going to go shoot the white now. I'll shoot the red, and then we'll untape it a little bit later. All right? Thanks, guys. Well, hello, Glue Bomb crew. It's about 12 hours later, and I got to admit, I've been happier. It did bleed under a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I think we'll be able to make something work with it. You can see over here in the corner, it bled under a little bit. It also made its way under at the door lines there a little bit. And then, of course, over here, a little bit up in this corner, which, I'm not overly happy about it. But remember, model building is supposed to be fun. And so I am going to make this work. Fortunately, a lot of this will be covered by the trim, and I think I can do a little bit of touch-up in the trim as well to make that work, and a little bit of regular touch-up paint. I'm going to have to do this trunk lid area here. I didn't realize that the blue is supposed to go all the way up into here, so I'm going to have to do that anyway. But first, I got to let this dry thoroughly. Again, I think by the time I do the trim, I'm going to be in pretty good shape with it. It's a little bit of a difficult paint. Up there on the roof was a little problematic as well. I think a lot of this was caused by the detail lines, and I think when I hit those details, most of that will be covered. But look, guys, it's a model, and model building is supposed to be fun. And this is a model of my favorite car, and it wasn't cheap, so I'm a little tense about it. But at the end of the day, it's a model. Model building is supposed to be fun. And the bottom line is this. When I'm done, there will be a 69 AMX parked on my shelf, and it will make me happy. So guys, give it your best and have a good time.